to celebrate her 100th birthday next month in style, a brand new album and a tribute concert to her at the London Palladium. Vera Lynn 100 will feature freshly orchestrated versions of her best-known songs, and if it makes it to the top of the album chart, she will become the only centenarian ever to have a #1 album. So what does Dame Vera herself think her chances are?
I doubt that, but it's interesting anyway what they can do. And there might be somebody who's interested in what the music was all about in those days and how different the songs are and the lyrics.
Wish me luck as you wave me goodbye. Cheerio, here I go on my way.
It might seem quite tame to these young people, the music, but for us it was very exciting and very meaningful, and it meant a lot to people.
Dame Vera Lynn. I'll be speaking to her daughter, Virginia Lewis-Jones, this evening, who's told us more about the plans for the concert.
My husband decided that it would be a lovely idea to commemorate my mother's 100th with a concert of some sort. And it just began with a tiny idea and just grew and grew and grew. Then my stepdaughter, Tesney, got involved, and she and Annie Riley from the Swingtime Sweethearts sort of got together, and they've been sort of formulating it ever since. We then got Dougie Squires on board because we've known Dougie for years and years and years. He used to do the choreography for the Young Generation when they were on my mother's television series many years ago. And, of course, he now does a lot of things, including Her Majesty's 90th celebrations, which was great. So it's just sort of grown and grown and grown, really.
And there'll be an album. Now, I know she had a #1 album. I think it was 8 years ago, but I'm fairly confident, and I hope you can confirm this, Virginia, that when this album comes out on the 17th of March, it will make Dame Vera Lynn the first centenarian to release an album. Is that true?
Oh, absolutely right, yes. Somebody actually asked her what was more exciting, to reach 100 or to have a new CD, a new album out, and she said, well, actually, to have a new album. And yes, I mean, it's a great thing to have. We've as you probably know, we've got Alfie Boe, Alid Jones and
Alexander Armstrong.
Yes, thank you. Duetting with her, along with the UB sisters and various other people, which is great.
How's she feeling about turning 100?
Well, I think she said the other day she was a bit surprised, really. But considering my uncle, her brother, is going to be, all things being equal, 103 on the 4th of March, and they're both very with it, and et cetera, you know, it's in a way, it's not surprising.
Does she, given how with it she is, do you ever get to talk to her more recently about her memories of being the so-called Forces sweetheart?
Well, I mean, the thing is, it's always been around, so I've always been listening to the stories. The stories have gone on since I can, ad infinitum, since I can remember. So it's sort of a bit, it's become ingrained. All the stories have become ingrained, really. When you grow up with something like that, or somebody like my mother, it's just something that's there all the time, and that you listen to all the time, and it all becomes very familiar.
And what's her attitude towards this concert and also towards recording a new album? Is it just something that she does? Why wouldn't I kind of thing?
Well, yes, exactly. I mean, the concert, we've got people like Russell Watson, Tim Rice, Alan Titchmarsh, Brian Blessed, Simon Callow, a lot of big celebrities on it. It's in a way, it's a bit like her life story, if you like. There are performers. Wayne Sleep will be dancing. We have the Stuttgart Ballet, a chap from the Stuttgart Ballet. It's a real cross-section of stuff. Have some very modern young people.
And will she just be sitting and enjoying this as the birthday girl, or is she participating?
No. I mean, she doesn't travel now. She can't travel anymore. So, but she will be watching it. We're going to do a special thing for her to see on another evening.
Right, I got it.
But it seems to be as if it's going to be a great show. It's March the 18th, as you know, and it should be tremendous, absolutely tremendous.
I realise this next question might sound a bit daft to you because she's your mum, but what's it like when your mum is Dame Vera Lynn?
Well, everybody asks me that, and it's very difficult because, again, similar to that which I said before, when you've grown up in an atmosphere like I have, excuse me, it's always there, it's always around. You really don't know any different, and you just accept it for what it is. And, you know, it does give one a tremendous opportunity of travelling the world and meeting lots of lovely, interesting people.
That's Virginia Lewis-Jones, Dame Vera Lynn's daughter. So on the bill for that concert on Saturday 18th of March are the band Blake, and we can speak to Stephen Bowman from Blake now. Hi, Stephen.
Hello there, hi.
Tell us about what it's like to perform with Dame Vera, which I know you've done.
We have done. Yeah, it was at one of her Vera Lynn Trust dinners a few years ago, and we'd been performing a concert for her earlier in the evening, and then we jokingly said, "Do you want to come up and join?" And she said, "No, I haven't sung since the 70s." But thankfully, we had Tim Rice on the table. He managed to convince her to get up. So we had Tim Rice, Dame Vera Lynn, and Blake singing "We'll Meet Again" up on stage. It was really something, because this is somebody that my grandparents, you know, talked endlessly about, and I think my grandfather had a bit of a crush on as well. So it was quite something to share a little moment like that. But she's a wonderful person, though. She's very, very humble about all of the things she's done. She's had many stories to tell us, so it was an honour for us to meet her then, and it's great to be performing on the 18th.
Were you able to tell her that your granddad had a crush on her?
I think I would have upset my poor grandfather if I'd done that. But it was certainly a very surreal moment. And Ollie from our band thought that he'd try his luck with a British treasure and asked her to dance. And she was on walking sticks at the time, and I think somebody leant forward and said that that's not appropriate. She won't want to dance. And she kind of looked defiantly at them and grabbed Ollie and took him onto the dance floor.
Oh, amazing!
This wonderful moment of Ollie waltzing around gently with Dame Vera, and everybody else just stopped. It was like a movie. Everybody kind of moved backwards and just let them get on with it. And it was actually the first phone I ever had that took video, so I managed to video this lovely moment and popped it on YouTube at the time. And it's one of those things, it's quite magical to look back on.
Why do you think she's such an iconic figure? Aside from the stuff that she did throughout the wars, how do you think that has lasted?
I think, she as a person, because she's very generous, she's given a lot of her time. Her children's charity does a huge amount for many, many people. But also because I think the songs which she sang are timeless. I think the interesting thing is, if you know, as a singer, when we boys have sung those songs, we've noticed that they're melodies that are enduring. And I think that they will echo through, linked in the main part with the war era and people's memory of that, but they're beautiful songs, and it's a lovely thing to be involved with great music. Good luck on the 18th. Have fun. Thank you very much.
Thanks for talking to us about her. That's Stephen Bowman from Blake, who are one of a number of great acts on the bill for 100, a tribute to Dame Vera Lynn at the London Palladium, Saturday the 18th of March.